6 o'clock in the morning here in Krakow, Poland, and we're here again on another Eastern Europe adventure. You know, after arriving here late last night, I've not really had a chance to kind of look around, do anything, go out in my area. So, you know, it's a bit of a awkward one really for where the kind of vlog starts. It's going to start on a tour. Unfortunately, not a tour I could have done on my own, but a tour that I had to do with a tour guide. Now, on this occasion, we're going to be heading to Auschwitz. You've seen it in the title. The salt mines as well. We're doing 2 in 1. It's going to be a long, long day. I've had next to no sleep, but let's get this adventure started. You're probably quite familiar with these tours since when we came onto the Czech border into Germany. We did a tour into the mountains, and that was quite interesting, wasn't it? When we had our dinner on our own with that lovely German Czech woman I don't remember. So hopefully it's something similar to that, because I'd quite like to try this Polish cuisine. Sunrise. So you see the sun. I don't even know what
no sunrise for last few days.
Really?
Yeah, because it's raining all the time.
I suppose it's winter now, isn't it? So.
Yeah, well.
So here we are then on the bus, on my own at the moment, but not for long because it's going to be about 24 people on this bus. Obviously, it is the Auschwitz and salt mine tour, so it's going to be quite a busy one. But I'm looking forward to it. The guy is a sound guy. He's from here, lives in Krakow, and yeah, it'll be interesting to see kind of how busy this bus gets within the next 10 minutes. No, I couldn't have possibly come here without eating a Polish sausage roll. Interesting. So I haven't really given you an update of where I am. I'm currently in Auschwitz 1, in the car park, just about to head out and meet the rest of the group. Let's see what we can find out.
Here you can see one of the paintings painted by Władysław Sibek, talent of survival. Even think about the gas chambers.
So we've just exited Auschwitz 1, and I don't really have many words to describe that, you know. I think, you know, you've seen the prosthetic limbs, obviously all the glasses and the luggage of all the, you know, the prisoners, and it's kind of something that's really kind of surreal, and you can't really comprehend it in your own brain. The fact that obviously I've been in a place where all these, you know, famous people have been, such as, you know, Hitler and whatnot, is incredible to kind of think that, you know, I've stepped in the same place that man stepped. You know, even that itself is just like hard to process. On top of the fact, you know, all these people have died here, you know, tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of people have died here. You know, you've stood in the gas chambers and gone to the, you know, the hospitals where they were, you know, injected with, you know, gas and things to be killed quicker. And, you know, it's a sort of place that you just can't really wrap your head around, you know, how it happened, you know, why it happened, you know, how it didn't get stopped sooner. You're just kind of left with endless questions that will never be answered. Most of all, though, I'm obviously appreciative of the opportunity to come here and experience this. You know, it's something that like I said, it's hard to explain, but the best way I'd explain it is if, you know, you're walking around, there's, you know, thousands of people here, tens of thousands there apparently, but when you're there, even if there's no one there, you still feel like you're just surrounded by people. You still feel like, you know, the dead are still among you, you know, fully, you know, thousands of the dead are just among you, and you can just feel it in the air, you know, something in the air here, as you'd maybe expect, that is just, it's hard to kind of process and explain to you how that feels. But coming out of here now, we're going to head back towards the coach, and next on the list is Birkenau, Auschwitz 2. Tell you what, I could really do with that about now. I'm absolutely starving, and that looks nice.
We are in the biggest camp Auschwitz Birkenau, and as you see, it was huge. In 1967. Thanks to testimonies and their documents, Sonderkommando members.
Das suas cinzas, talvez suas almas descansam em paz.
So then just left Auschwitz, Birkenau, and it's a bit similar, well, not really that similar, but more of a bigger scale Auschwitz 1. Most of it is destroyed as well, so it's kind of hard to visualize what was there, but it was all just barracks lined up on the side along the pillars, and obviously the main attraction where the train goes through and where they kind of lined up for selection. You'd have seen that in a lot of pictures. So we're just heading back to the bus now, getting on and getting some food, so we'll move on to that. I'll give you a bit more of a rundown of kind of my experience once I've fully processed it. But yeah, food, then the salt mines. I'll catch you at dinner. I also just want to say sorry for the lack of analysis and just speaking in general during that kind of trip, or that part of the trip. It was kind of just out of respect, and also because obviously I've got a tour guide as well, so a lot of the other tours we've done, it's kind of hard to kind of get a word in without looking completely out of the norm. So it's best if I kind of like leave it, process it, and then kind of, you know, analyse it after. So at this point, I'm having my lunch now. You know me, quite a fussy eater, so this is kind of hard, but I did obviously buy a bag of crisps and ice cream, so I'm pretty much chilling. I packed some cereal bars as well because I knew I was going to need some. I had literally fucking negative protein on this trip, like literally probably is in negative numbers. Tell you what does need to go away, that, please move. So then we've made it to the salt mine. Now, I don't really have any knowledge on this place at all, apart from two facts that I've just found out. One is that it is over 700 years old. And the second one is it is about as deep as the Eiffel Tower. Now, obviously, I've never been here. I've never been to a salt mine. I've never been to a mine in general, so I have really no idea what to expect. So it's going to be interesting to see kind of what we're all going to see, because I genuinely just had absolutely no expectation. I have no visual expectation. I have nothing. So about to go and meet up with the rest of the group now, and then we'll head down, we'll see what we can find, whatever that's cool and interesting. I'll show you and I'll keep you updated. Someone Polish, please tell me what this machine is. What have I just paid for? What is this? What is going on? That's probably might be the weirdest thing I've ever had in my life. What the fuck is this? Look.
From the ground, you know? Stalagmites. Stalactites.
And decided to ask her father for a group of salt miners. She wished to find salt in Poland with their help. Without a second thought, the king presented the Kinga an entire salt mine in Hungary. The princess visited the mine on her way to Krakow. She came near the mine shaft and, surprisingly, threw her engagement ring into it. When she arrived to her new country, she requested the miners to look for salt. The result came soon. The miners discovered salt deposits near Krakow.
So we're just in the deepest one yet, where they used to do bungee jumping from the top of there. Don't know if you can quite see that. It's in the Guinness Book of World Records, the biggest cave bungee jump. So just about finished up here in the mines. And you know, this place is also on the World Heritage Site. Couldn't even spit that out then. Just like, you know, the Yellowstone National Park is in Canada, you know, it's on that sort of level, which is, you know, amazing to think. I'm not entirely sure what's next for the rest of the day. However, what I do know is I'm absolutely starving. All I've done is snack all day. I've not had a proper meal yet, so hopefully we'll be able to head back soon enough so I can head off to our next location, which you'll be quite familiar with. I forgot to mention it earlier on, but as you've just seen in that clip, they do like restaurants and kind of weddings here and basketball games. They've literally got everything here that you'd ever even want just to live. It's quite incredible to think that all these chapels were built underground and they actually still get used to this day in Sunday service. So you think people just trekking all the way down here, however many steps down, just to come and do their Sunday service. It's absolutely mental. I'm not too sure whether I mentioned it earlier with the other chapel that you've seen, with it being the deepest underground chapel church in the world. Oh, sorry, in Europe. Correction. I'm not too sure whether I mentioned it, but the one you've seen earlier, the big one, do you remember the huge one with big chandeliers? That one there is the deepest church in Europe. I've now got about 15 minutes of walking under here on no food, so equals 0 energy. So let's see if we can make it out. Another fun fact as well is that all this kind of air that I'm consuming is full of salt. Now, salt obviously being used with skincare and all these sorts of things also gets used to, you know, benefit your asthma and anybody with respiratory issues. So if people get like treated down there, there's like hospitals and, you know, medic centers down here that they get used still to this day to benefit people who can't really breathe that well. And it does work, you know. I can actually personally believe, like, you know, firsthand that it does help, considering I have a few issues with long COVID and all, and I do feel it, you know, benefiting even me. Right then, as we just got off the bus and we're back now in the apartment, and what a day that was, what an incredible trip. Quite long, I think it ended up being about 10 and a half, 11 hours long, but definitely worth it. Would 100% do it again. Tour guide was a legend, as always. And yeah, just so grateful that I can experience it, and just grateful that I'm in this fortunate position where I can kind of travel to all these countries around the world, and obviously now being able to share them with you and hopefully inspire you lot to go and do similar things. The plan of action now is to head in, and then we'll head off to our favourite restaurant. That's a clue where we're going next, for some food, because I could literally eat a horse. So I think this is actually probably the first time I've actually seen Krakow in daylight, or at least some sort of light. Very interesting. The streets are also similar to Budapest. You know, to be fair, let's be honest, all Eastern European countries are all fairly similar. But yeah, not got much sunlight though, or any light. about an hour and we're in the dark again. So tomorrow is where the real adventure starts here. Now as it starts to get closer towards the old town, see how the buildings start to change. Becomes a lot more modernised, a lot more kind of Rome vibes now. Just the way the buildings are slanted like that. Streets are narrow. I didn't know I was going to be getting a free concert before eating my dinner. I'm not sure what's going on there at all. You know what I have stumbled across though walking to the restaurant is the main square. I didn't realise it was literally right here, as you can see. If you guessed it, you get nothing because it was an easy guess, but yeah, wow. This is like 1 million times Prague Square. So I thought whilst I was here, I might as well come and look at this market. I thought it was a food market, but it's not. It's like rings and cutlery and plates, clothes. I thought it was food, I'm not gonna lie. So we finished up with food anyway. It was unbelievable as per usual. Hard Rock Cafe, always go here. I go to every city I go to Hard Rock. And it's just guaranteed good food. Just heading back to the hotel now. Gonna call it an early night, get this vlog you're watching edited. And yeah, just get a tomorrow plan because I don't actually have a plan at all. Like I said, I have no plan for tomorrow, so I need to kind of make time to kind of make a plan for tomorrow, make a plan for the last day, organise some editing and stuff like that. So yeah, we're gonna head back now. Anything cool that I can capture on the way back, I'll let you know and record and show you. But if not, the next clip you'll see is back at the apartment. Right guys, so back in the apartment now, and as I said, I'm going to end the vlog to do some editing, sort my life out for tomorrow and the next day. So thank you all for watching. Make sure you like, subscribe, turn notifications on, share it to your friends, family, dog, neighbours, whatever. Share the video, and yeah, I'll catch you all tomorrow.